discovered a signal. She can feel it. Kong, Godzilla, they can feel it too. Something is coming. Something even they're afraid of.
Una gran batalla se acerca y ahora será necesario unir fuerzas para detener esta gigantesca amenaza y solo el poder de dos criaturas fantásticas puede salvar el mundo. ¿Ya sientes la tierra temblar? Es porque Godzilla y Kong están llegando a los cines.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
El todopoderoso Kong y el temible Godzilla tendrán que unirse para defender la humanidad con la ayuda de un equipo más que especial. Y en el año que Godzilla cumple 70 años en el cine, vivirá tal vez su más épica batalla. Por supuesto, vamos a contarles todo sobre el estreno de la nueva película del monsterverso. Y para eso, hablamos con los actores y con el director para saber más sobre esta aventura espectacular.
You're always trying to find really cool, iconic locations to juxtapose the monsters with, and Rio is just such a perfect one, and especially, you know, in the context that we had this, you know, kind of ice monster, you know, it was a nice, you know, kind of contrast to that.
What is that?
That's not Kong.
Why do you think it's so entertaining to see monsters in battle sequences? Is it the punches, Godzilla knocking Kong over a pyramid? What is it?
I think it's because the fight scenes are so big. You know, especially the pyramid scene, people enjoy it. It's like, oh my gosh, it looks like they're there and I want to maybe go there. It's a real place and we can apply, when those monsters fight there, these are real places and we can go and visit those places too.
Oh my God!
Ahora vas a conocer nuevos personajes como un mini Kong, el villano Scar King y también los titanes clásicos que nos encanta ver en el cine como Shimo y Mothra. Ahora en 2024 Godzilla cumple 70 años de edad. Yo sé, es increíble pensar que la primera peli de Godzilla salió en los cines en 1954. Ya vimos 38 pelis en la historia del cine de Godzilla y aún así, esta nueva peli de Godzilla y Kong, Un Nuevo Imperio, trae nuevas escenas de peleas como nunca habíamos visto antes.
Also, when the trailer came out, I feel like everyone freaked out when we saw that pink colored plates of the Godzilla, and I felt like that was a nod to the Miragoji design from Godzilla 2000. What other homages you got to do to this 70 years of Godzilla history in the movie?
Well, there's some pretty strong Showa era homages in the film. I mean, like some of the things that Godzilla's known for doing in the 70s are pretty over the top. And while we couldn't just, you know, flat out have Godzilla, you know, start drop kicking people, I think we did find really clever ways to ground some pretty crazy moves from Godzilla. It's kind of hard to be specific since we haven't really shown some of that stuff in the trailer, but it's in there. I mean, my influences really are strongest from the Showa era series, and so I think that comes through quite a bit in lots of different ways, even just, you know, subtly in the color palette, you know, that kind of vibrant Technicolor, kind of psychedelic feel, I think, comes through.
They don't have to like each other. We just have to work together.
Now I have seen everything.
I need to go to an IMAX movie theater to watch the Rio sequence again. For you, Brian, what is that scene in the movie that you feel like it's worth it to go to an IMAX to watch it?
There's a scene where you watch all of us in this wonderful vehicle called the Heave and there is a portal that you have to go through in order to get there. And when I tell you that, like, to watch it on the big screen, you will truly feel like you're going down. And then that's the testimony to Adam's filmmaking, because we're shaking our faces and going, you know. And I promise you, if you're watching in the theater, you're going to feel like you're going to Hollow Earth with us, which I think is exactly what Adam wanted. And it's one of those that you just have to experience in the theaters.
Yeah. You feel like going for a ride?
Thought you'd never ask. Just try not to swallow your tongue.
What? Oh my God!
Why do you think Godzilla keeps making people go to the movies even after 70 years of existence?
Because he's just so cool and everything, and people want to see him in the movies. He's iconic, you know, and now he's on a road to something new. His character and everything is evolving, and people can also connect through him and to him as a character.
I think it's a bunch of stuff. I think that there's the sheer familiarity of it at a certain point. You know, like the more that these characters crop up in the mythology of our culture, the more that you want to be a part of that and make sure that you see every installment. So there's that element. They're also fun, they're also good, and also they are the same, in the same way that we've always been fascinated in beasts and mythical creatures. You know, for as long as there's been stories, there have been monsters, and this is just the natural progression of that idea for humans, but with better tech and CGI.
It gets us together. They bring us together, which is the craziest thing, is like, they bring us together. And what we really want of this movie is that it brings people back to the theaters, to really come together, to really be able to like crane their necks up and scream and laugh and have a good time. It's one of those movies that has done that for decades.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to add on to that tradition.
The Titans were the guardians of nature, and the great apes became the protectors of humanity.
No te pierdas a este dúo súper poderoso en una aventura épica el 28 de marzo en tu cine favorito. Soy Valentina Pulgarín y espero que hayan disfrutado de este Inside Warner Godzilla con el Nuevo Imperio.